A political storm is building in Washington after former U.S. President Donald Trump issued a dramatic warning to Iran, threatening to destroy the country's civilization if Tehran fails to reopen the Strait of Hormuz before his deadline. The statement has triggered fierce backlash from Democratic lawmakers, who say the rhetoric risks pushing the United States into a wider war in the Middle East. Democratic Senate leader Chuck Schumer called Trump an extremely sick person, accusing Republicans who support the war effort of owning every consequence of the conflict. House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries also warned the situation could spiral into a global crisis. Jeffries said Congress must move immediately to end what he called a reckless war of choice in Iran before the United States is dragged into World War III. Congressman Jason Crow said calling for the elimination of a civilization would amount to a war crime and urged the U.S. military to follow only lawful orders. Congressman Jim McGovern described the threat as pure evil, arguing that such language could violate both U.S. and international law. The escalating rhetoric comes as tensions in the Persian Gulf continue to rise, particularly around the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most critical oil shipping routes. Around 1/5 of global oil supplies pass through the narrow waterway each day, making it a potential flashpoint for the global economy. Diplomats and humanitarian officials are warning that the current confrontational tone risks closing the door to negotiations. Martin Griffiths, the former United Nations humanitarian chief, said the use of ultimatums and hard deadlines is unlikely to help secure a deal to end the conflict. Speaking from Geneva, Griffiths said diplomacy requires space for concessions. According to him, cliff-edge situations like the current standoff between Washington and Tehran make compromise far more difficult. He warned that heightened rhetoric from both sides is worsening an already volatile situation. Meanwhile, Pakistan's military leadership has also weighed in, warning that escalating attacks in the region could derail fragile diplomatic efforts. During the 274th Corps Commanders Conference in Rawalpindi, Pakistan's Army Chief Field Marshal Asim Munir condemned recent strikes targeting Saudi Arabian petrochemical and industrial facilities. The military described the attacks as unnecessary escalations that could undermine mediation efforts aimed at ending the conflict. Pakistan has been actively involved in diplomatic contacts between Washington and Tehran in recent days. According to the military's media wing, Field Marshal Munir has spoken to U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance and Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi as part of those efforts. Pakistan has positioned itself as what the military called a regional security stabilizer, urging de-escalation and dialogue across the Gulf. But with tensions rising and political divisions deepening in Washington, the question now is whether diplomacy can still prevent the conflict from widening, or whether the Strait of Hormuz could become the next major flashpoint in the global energy and security landscape.